Welcome to Friday From Room Flows. I'm Trina Robinson. Give me a small dose of positivity and motivation to get your weekend started. Poetry gives me life. It's my therapy and my primary outlet for self-expression. As the month of April, National Poetry Month, comes to an end, and I close the Poetry Is series with Poetry is Life, I wanted to share with you a couple of poems that are special to me. Enjoy. I gave birth to galaxies, sowed seeds of light that boasted nobility and commonality. As oppression grew, those sparks, reflections of jewels and gold, became internal and were dispersed from my womb. Exported to foreign lands as exotic imports fashioned to serve a master plan or die by a master's hand. But enlightenment remained. Shine brighter than pressured coal, tears stoked the embers, hope reignited the flame. My sons and daughters did not settle with pain. Instead, they kept home as a forethought and fought for broken chains and change. The tides that swept through gave you false titles. Yet still amongst you are inventors, musicians, writers, teachers, architects, entrepreneurs, preachers, artists, and advocates. What a long way my children have come. However, you are not in sight of the finish line of this race. You have many plights to overcome. But the life I breathe in you, the strength and endurance I set as legacy in you, the transcending birthrights I bestowed upon you will never succumb to the negative isms that stunt freedom and cast doubt on me in the first place. I feel the revival. Truth's awakening always rivals a lie's survival. Be proud of me as I am of you. Protect me as I have you. Return to me all things pilfered as I have never left you. He was raised by his mother and father in a segmented urban village where tract house and trap house alternated down the block and back up. His parents were aware of the wolves that waited in the recesses shaded with evil and savagery. They knew every time his lace sneakers broke the threshold of sanctified and worldly, he'd be at risk. He was their future, their baby, but he was also a soldier. Every morning before sending him off, they dressed him in armor woven with prayers and generational blessings, adorned him with jewels of black folk knowledge, heritage atop his crown so he never cowered, and boomerang wings so he always found his way home. Stress tangled his parents' hearts like tumbleweeds as they waited. Relief unraveled them like the worn strings on his mother's apron that he gravitated to upon his return every evening. She nursed his battle scars, consisting mostly of questions regarding others' perspectives as they conflicted with his basic home training, but on occasion bruises needed ointment, a band-aid, and healing kisses. He and his father swapped war stories on full bellies to the white noise of the TV, then settled down on meager cots, but never before indenting the piling carpet with their knees and asking for sanctuary from their reality. By daylight, it would all begin again. Before dusk, he'd be home. By nightfall, they'd pray. To repeat, to repeat, to repeat. I remember when I was younger and I told my mom I hated clouds. She said, "Clouds? Why you hate clouds?" Because clouds equaled rain, dreary days that seemed never ending. And back in the day as a kid, it meant you couldn't go outside and play. Indoor stays enslaved by the TV, hands cupped under chin, looking out the window, elbows on knees, fantasizing all the things I'd do once I got free. In my single-family home, clouds became the mean parent that restricted the fun. Raindrops didn't have to be present, just their ominous looks made you rethink your actions. But my mom would tell me clouds are necessary. How, I say. Then she explained that although they were predictors of some of my childhood tears, they were only temporary, and on the other side was hope in the form of sun rays. No matter how much thunder and lightning or dark skies produced, they left clarity in their wake. As an adult now, I can relate. See, I blamed the clouds when they just took all they could take. Drops were released. Drops were relief. Kicking and screaming barriers broken to make way for true healing, often unspoken. And now, as an adult, pain recognizes pain. I blame the clouds when we were one and the same. For this revelation, I will forever have my mother to thank. Now when I look up at the clouds and see her face,